Hola, I'm going to Costa Rica all alone, almost no money, no film crew, no makeup or friends except for the one I met. Just myself experiencing its breathtaking natural beauties, the famous volcanoes, sightseeing many of its national parks, waterfalls, and gorgeous beaches. Not to forget, learning about its proud history and diverse culture. As well as seeing the most expensive landfill on earth, experiencing hitchhiking for the first time, and getting around the local way. Of course, eating cheap and soaking in the warm hospitality of Costa Rican people. And along with a bit of rain, all done safely, inexpensively, and easily. Anything I can do, you can do. DIY Destinations Costa Rica, and you are invited. We are so fortunate to live in a small world with so many cultures, so much beauty, and so much diversity. The world waits for no one. It's up to each of us to discover its magnificent destinations. I want to make travel accessible to all of us by showing how it can be done safely and inexpensively. Officially called the Republic of Costa Rica, meaning rich coast, a country of spectacular nature, incredible biodiversity, rich history, and colorful cultures. Today is home to a population of 4.9 million, with 330,000 living in the capital city of San Jose. And this is where we'll touch out and begin our journey. So I just arrived on San Jose International Airport and we are going downtown. There's many options. The most expensive way is by taxi, but it costs $30 US. But being on budget, I think I'm going to try the local, easy, and inexpensive way, which is, you guessed it, by a bus. It costs only $1 US, but the catch is you have to get local currency to pay the bus driver. So how do you do that without being ripped off at the airport with your corporate exchange rate? Just go to the arrival lounge and ask for change with a local Costa Rican who's waiting to pick up their relatives. Voila! So welcome to downtown San Jose. From here, I'm just going to walk to my accommodations. So with that being said, let's go! And this is why I welcome you to the heart of San Jose and recommend you to stay, as it is walking distance to all the public transportations and major attractions. It is also where my generous accommodation sponsor La Rosa de Paseo is located. They offer extremely comfortable rooms, breakfast buffets, high-speed internet, and tour service and airport transfer, all at a great price, along with friendly staff. Thanks guys! Alright, let's talk about money. Skip the airport ATM as they are total ripoff with a $100 withdrawal limit and the high fees. I recommend you withdraw from a local bank once you get downtown. Do not ever accept the predetermined dynamic currency conversion rate. There's an 18% markup. Just go with the flow. Alternatively, you can rob a bank. Okay, just joking. At the time of the filming, the National Bank of Costa Rica and Bank of Costa Rica offer the best exchange rate for over-the-counter. But there is a catch. Just wanted to let you know, exchanging money at a bank, the lineup could be pretty long. So honestly, I think I have like another 20-30 minutes to go. Now let's go and get some shopping done. First stop, Central Market of San Jose. It's the largest market in the city. It occupies the entire block on the Central Avenue with over 200 shops. This is where the local come to shop. You'll find everything from cheap restaurants called sodas to stalls selling coffee beans, souvenirs, local handcraft, and flowers for your dates. But there's one rule. Bargain and bargain hard. This is a part of the local experience. But if you got expensive taste for shining things and gold, a 4 minutes walk will take you to the National Theater of Costa Rica, and underneath it, you'll find steel vault of the National Bank Museum, or commonly as Pre-Columbian Gold Museum. The museum has a substantial collection of over 1,600 artifacts from pre-Columbian gold dating back to 500 AD. The collection includes Costa Rica's first coin, the Media Escudo, which is minted in 1825, as well as many exhibits featuring socio-cultural evolution of pre-Columbian cultures and evolution stages and style of metalsmithing in Costa Rica. Along the way to our next attraction, you got a great opportunity to confess your sins at one of the UNESCO World Heritage Sites, the Church of Our Lady of Soledad, built between 1682 to 1690, and should be a must visit if you're looking forward to meet one of the most appreciated and beloved virgins for the locals. Inside this stunningly beautiful church, you can find a blue dome that simulates Costa Rican's beautiful sky. Also nearby, the National Craft Market, where you find more locally handmade craft. So, if you want to support the local economy, come to a place like this. And I love it because most of the stuff here are handmade locally. And the best of all, everything is up for negotiation, the prices. So make sure you bargain hard. If a merchant complains, you can blame it on me because I say so. After shopping, it's time to get to know about this country. Its colorful history, that is. Now this is located right behind the Blue House, and right over there on that side is the National Assembly of Costa Rica. That's why this park is called the National Park, because it's dedicated to the people of Costa Rica. Located at the opposite side of the Legislative Assembly of Costa Rica, the National Museum of Costa Rica is situated inside Bella Vista Fortress, originally built in 1917 as a military barrack. The exterior walls still have many bullets dodged in them from the country's 1948 Civil War. It became the site of a museum in 1950. If you love butterflies, you are in for a treat. The entrance is a section featuring the Department of Natural History, where you can get up and close and experience Costa Rica's diverse botany, insects, especially butterflies. The museum also has an extensive collection of artifacts related to pre-Columbian history, including more than 800 objects, such as arrowheads, potteries, burials, necklaces, and other artifacts of personal and ceremonial decorations. This is where you can see the way of life of ancient cultures in chronicle journey, from the 12,000 years BC until the arrival of Spaniards. Now, what's behind me is a Nobel Peace Prize belonging to someone from Costa Rica who helped end the Civil War across Central America, particularly in Guatemala. The homeland history presents the development of Costa Rica since the arrival of Spaniards until today. Photographs, drawings, historical objects recall the colonial era, independence, socio and economic contribution of coffee, bananas, railways, among other topics. The Central Avenue is a pedestrian street which is several blocks long and made up of a huge variety of shops, street sellers, as well as cafes and restaurants. A fantastic opportunity to people watch. For those of you who want to feel young again, the University of Costa Rica is a must visit. It's not crowded with tourists and surrounded with cheap eats, especially if you like fried rice. By the way, this is where the not-so-rich students like myself eats. At the Plaza Joe, yes, Chinese are conquering this country with one bowl of noodles at a time. Another solid evidence, a warning, the Chinese Confucius Institute is proudly grounded here. And if you'd like to stay near here, In the Wind Hostel is the right place for you. They offer different rooms at a great price, full kitchen with an in-house pub, also relaxing backyard for you to chill out. San Jose is full of beautiful large parks, and here is two that's must-see parks. First, Park de la Paz, or Peace Park, one of the largest parks in the outskirts of San Jose. It is located in the southern part of San Sebastian district. It's a wonderful, quiet place to take a break from the noisy traffic of the downtown. The second park is La Sabana Park, located in downtown San Jose. It's the country's largest and the most significant urban park. Officially inaugurated in 1977, its origin dates back to 2 centuries. Now a lot of people, they complain about, everything here in Costa Rica costs so much, but they don't go to free places like, many of the wonderful parks they have here in the city. And this is definitely one of them. For more than 150 years, the park developed its characteristic vegetation, spurred by the planting campaign from the citizens. In 1930, this project was halted when the government decided to locate the country's first international airport within the park area. The international airport functioned for 44 years, until the opening of the current airport. Now there's a Chinatown here in San Jose. It's actually not really big, so there's probably only a handful of shops here. But at least you know it's true that Chinese are taking over the world, even here in Costa Rica. Next day, it's time to say goodbye to San Jose and take the bus to La Fortuna. So I'm in a taxi cab, it's 5 in the morning and I'm heading off to the bus terminal to take the bus to La Fortuna. The reason I'm actually taking a taxi is because that part of the town is not that safe. So here in the 3rd floor, I finally got my ticket. And it's cost 2,500 local currency. This is about 450 US, but the bus is downstairs. So let's go down and line up like everyone else. Don't fuel on too much coffee because there's no toilet on the bus in this 4.5-hour ride. And there is only one pit stop in between. So be warned. Most of the people actually are getting off. I think a lot of them getting air break, but I'm just really exhausted to get off at this stop. So with that being said, I'm gonna go back up, sleep, and sleep more. La Fortuna means the fortune in Spanish and was named given for the fertile land where it's located. It's a small, cute town of 16,000 and known as gateway to Arenal Volcano National Park. The entire town is only a few blocks wide, so everything is within walking distance. Once again, I'd like to thank my sponsor Hotel Las Colinas and this generous owner for providing me with accommodations and lots of great advice. They offer amazing air-conditioned rooms for both couples and families, along with an in-house bar, great breakfast, and the best of all, just a minute walk from the town center. The La Fortuna Park is a town center and where the local meet and hang out or sleep. During the day, it's dominated by the St. John Bosco Church in the background with a breathtaking view of the Arenal Volcano. But I got no time to waste, there's so much to see. The downside, all the attractions are spread apart. So unless you have teleportation abilities, the taxi is pretty much your main option. And it's pretty expensive. However, let's think outside the box. Scooter rentals are available for $20 to $30 a day. And of course, hitchhiking if you are adventurous. By the way, bring your sunscreen and bathing suits. First, we'll visit a little known private eco reserve, Danaus. It's about 45 minutes walk or 10 minutes and $5 by taxi. This is the first off-beaten path attraction I'm going to introduce to you here in Costa Rica. This is actually a reserve located in La Fortuna. It has birds and it has butterflies and various species, and it's actually started 20 years ago by locals. So it's still owned by the locals, so all the money you spend here stays locally. Apparently there's actually a really nice lake along the way. The whole trail is actually 700 meters long, not big. You can do quite a bit with little time here. So let's go and check it out. Through the trails, you can observe in their natural habitat a wide variety of plants and wildlife, along with a natural water spring to observe aquatic birds. And if you like butterflies, you are in for a treat. Voila! So we're finally surrounded by butterflies, and I'm sure you guys will like to take a closer look. Thanks to my zoom lens, by the way. So let's get all the juicy details. Reproduction of native tree species is one of the main objectives, as well as conservation and rescue of indigenous culture Malaku, who exhibit their craft, provide information to visitors about their culture, and perform ceremonies within the ecological reserve. There's also a gallery inside the reserve where you can pick up some local souvenirs. These are all painstakingly painted and done. Guys, it's really humid and hot here, but at least you're under the shade, which is really nice, but else I'd probably end up dying. To stay cool, I think I got a nice place in mind. It's about 15 minutes away by taxi or 2-hour walk, so don't try. Alright boys and girls, Welcome to La Fortuna Waterfalls. To get a big splash, you need to get down there. It's about 10 minutes hike. Don't forget to bring your bathing suit. With that being said, let's go and get wet. The hike down to the waterfall is short and arduous, along with a staircase carved into the hillside. We are almost there, so keep walking, come on. The waterfall drops about 75 meters and located at the base of the dormant Arenal Volcano, about 5.5 kilometers outside of town of La Fortuna, near the Arenal Volcano. It's fed by the Arenal River, which travels through the rainforest in the Arenal mountain range until a point over the cliff, forming this waterfall. Alright, I think it's my turn to go for a dip. Let's do it. Time to show off my non-existent six-packs. Alright, so after getting out, the waterfall actually is amazing. The water actually tastes like spring water, the bottled water you get, literally. So this is definitely a must-see. However, there is one safety precaution I must warn you. The rocks are extremely slippery, and another thing is, there's a lot of algae which make it even worse. So make sure you look ahead, try to walk on the one that's flat. Oh yeah, it's also a great place for babe watching, seriously. Okay, just joking. But in case you are not ready to get wet or meet the beautiful women, I got you covered. So for those of you who are too scared or too chicken to get in, but still wants a nice shot, come right here. This is our lookout pavilion. This is why I ended my day by hitchhiking back to hotel, but I am not done yet. I am hungry and needed to look for some cheap eats. At nighttime, there's really nothing to do here, and except for there's foreign cater pubs, foreign tourist price restaurants, and so on. Honestly, I can't tell you where to eat inexpensively because I can't buy any myself. Unless you want to go eat like, I don't know, 4 kilograms of mango at a supermarket. But let's go and take a look. With a comedic twist, I actually found bananas. They're only 40 colonias each, so 2 for 80 colonias for 25 cents. Don't count on the Chinese food, even that ain't cheap. But I'm not gonna give up, and my persistence paid off by going off the main road. I think I found the best option in town in terms of budget-wise. It looks pretty good on paper I ordered. Let me show you. So this place is called Reed Chicken, and this is what I got. So as you can see, it's about $3 US, and it comes with a salad and soft tortilla. Here, okay. Once again, the moment of truth. Why save all those airline forks and knives? I should have brought it with me. It's technical difficulty. It's actually not bad. It's also chicken breast. If you ask me if it's worth $3, I'd say yeah. In Costa Rica, you need at least $20 a day for food unless you want to lose weight, seriously. But once again, thanks to Las Colinas, I got fed really well for breakfast and ready to conquer Arenal Volcano. By the way, don't forget to tip the hard-working staff. To get to the volcano, by taxi is like $25. Oh my goodness. Oh, I think that's my bus. The cheaper way is by bus, right here. Hello, how are you? I didn't finish my sentence, but to get to the park is like $25 US. But what you can do, the alternative is you take the bus there and then you take the taxi back. Or you can do exactly what I did yesterday, which is hitch a ride with someone on the way back. But not only the taxi and the food are expensive, the national park admission costs $15. Get ready for a 4 kilometers long hike up to the scenic point. So make sure you have proper hiking shoes. The ticket collector said it takes about 2 to 3 hours. I don't think it's going to take that long for me because I think I'm a pretty fit guy. I already feel up for breakfast already. So with that being said, let's get going. I'm still hiking. It's about 35 minutes into the hike and be not too much longer, maybe another half an hour or so. It is 2 kilometers, so So once you get here, you get two choices. You want to visit the old lava field, or you want to get some nature and see old trees and different type of vegetation. So they said it's about 2 to 3 hours to get up here. Nah, I got here in less than 45 minutes, so don't be scared. And once you get up here, that's the reward. You get a magnificent view from the volcano. Arenal Volcano is active, measuring at least 1,633 meters, and is considered a young volcano, and is estimated to be less than 7,500 years old. This area is an important watershed for Arenal Lake Reservoir. The reservoir's water is used for hydroelectric power connected to the national system. As you walk, you're able to see how forests recover from prior eruptions, although much of this is secondary growth, as most plants and trees are destroyed. Miraculously, some things manage to survive. I've noted 4 large fig trees and a giant ceiba tree. Don't be surprised if you end up making new friends, including white-faced chaplain monkeys, green basking lizards, bats, and a variety of insects. Your visitor park is not over even when you reach the entrance. About 1.5 kilometers away is La Península sector of Arenal Volcano National Park. Oh yeah, I'm going to lose some more weight. And a car just passed by and says 300 meters more, but I felt like I just walked 10 kilometers. Alright, it's here. Alright, after 45 minutes hike up here, we reach to the new area of the park which they just opened, and as you can see there's so many parking spots but only 1 car, so nobody knows about, so this is really off the beaten path. It's also including a $15 admission, so make sure it counts. And anyways, it's 1.2 kilometers that way, and the lady at the ticket office said it's going to be amazing. Although the trail is paved, it's narrow and few immersed into the jungle, and has few handicap accessible trails. About halfway through, you'll come to a lofty viewing tower. A climb up to a few steps of metal stairs to the top will earn you a nice view of the lake and the Arenal Volcano. Okay, so we are coming to the end of the trail, and thank goodness because my feet are killing me. And take a look at this. Yay, whoa. So, welcome to Nicaragua. I think so, excuse my pronunciation. I think this is it. So voila, end of the trail. It's really nice here. You can see the volcanoes in the background and Nicaragua. Excuse my pronunciation. But let's give you a 360 view. Here we go. However, it's time to head back to town, somehow. There was actually a really nice couple that just stopped, and I opened their door and I asked, they say they're not going to La Fortuna. So, at least it went really nice. It's really strange and awkward actually, asking people for rides. Damn. Looks like I mean that. Alright, I forgot to turn the microphone on, so I guess the answer is no. But how's this? Let me just do it one more time. If it doesn't work out, I will call a taxi cab and just have to suck it up and pay the $25. I have to admit it does take a bit of effort, but it paid off with a ride back to town. Well, almost. So I have a very good luck today. So I have a two French French couple that it's going to take me to one town before La Fortuna. From there, I just take a taxi home. So I'm really excited. I got left off again, which is fine, at the nearby hotel which I'm staying at. I'm gonna wait for like 5 minutes, and if it doesn't work out, taxi time. Really, I want to go back. Alright, so however, don't count the hitchhiking all the way to the next city. Sometimes getting around this small country can take a bit of a work. I have a little dilemma here. So the bus schedule on the internet website, thebusschedule.com, is not correct. Apparently there's a bus leaving at 4 o'clock to Tidiran. And from Tidiran, there's a connecting to Canis. From Canis to Liberia. Wow. That is not correct. Today's bus leaves at 5:30. I decided to hop on even though I may or may not able to get the corresponding bus to the next connection. I may have to end up on the street, so let's hope that doesn't happen. So what's happening right now is it seems like the bus goes back and forth. It's almost I'm almost at the curve. The total ride takes only about 3.5 hours, but there is multiple transfers. You'll see. I finally made it to can't even remember the name of this city actually, but apparently the bus hasn't left yet, so we are going to Canyons, and I hope from there I can get to Liberia. I'm really hope to get there. By the way, sometimes there will be travel agents bus stop that will lie to you that bus is either cancelled or not connecting to Liberia. Ignore it. This is how they try to sell hotel rooms. So do your research and make sure you got the most up-to-date bus schedule. Also, don't worry if the bus is completely pitch dark during most of your trip. So feel free to fool around if you got a partner. So after all, I'm able to go to Liberia tonight. I'm so happy. Everything tour agent told me is bullshit, and I'm just so happy. I don't want to say anything bad anymore. I just don't want to curse him. I'm able to go to Liberia tonight. Let's enjoy the ride. Finally, I reached my sponsor hotel, which generously provide me with a comfortable accommodations. They are just 10 minutes bus ride from the downtown with easy access to many local attractions, including the shopping district. The best of all, the parking is free, along with a large ranch area for those who love nature, and a pool for you to relax. Of course, extremely comfortable rooms at a great price. So, have a good night, because I definitely will. Next day, get your bathing suits ready because we are going to 2 nearby national parks. First, Santa Rosa National Park, and if you got time, the most inexpensive option is by bus from Liberia. So this is where you're going to pick up a bus ticket to go to Santa Rosa. Now the hotel studio is up there behind me, but remember this. Also ask when is a returning bus, or else you'll be sleeping there, or end up hitchhiking. With that being said, let's get going. But for most of us, I recommend you book a driver for a day. It costs about $100 through most hotels, but you can always bargain. And yes, bargain hard. The main entrance of Santa Rosa National Park is 36 kilometers away, covering 38,000 hectares, and was the first national park to be established in Costa Rica in 1971. The park protects some of the last remaining tropical dry forests in the world, meaning most of the trees lose their leaves in the dry season, and the park stretches from Highway 1 all the way to Pacific Coast. Within this area are other several habitats, including oak forests, beaches, swamps, and mangrove. So I'm very happy because today we can't just go right in. The park office is closed. So I guess we have no one to pay. That is what we thought, but no, it's $15 for admissions for foreigners, and I absolutely hate it. This park also hosts the site of Costa Rica's most famous historic battle, the La CASONA. This building was the site of the famous 1856 Battle of Santa Rosa, where a Costa Rican army blindshot a resting militia and sent them to retreat back to Nicaragua. The intruders were under the order of William Walker, a power-hungry lawyer and doctor from the United States, who planned to take over 5 Central American countries, including Costa Rica. So most of the things inside here are reproductions because the building was burned down. But it's time to continue to our next attraction. However, let's take our time to drop by many of the beautiful sights along the way. So along to our next attraction, we drop by here at the Rio Cuande. It's actually a river flowing inside a canyon. Also, to keep cool, a bathing suit will definitely come handy at times. If you're lucky enough, you're able to meet some new friends. Before you hit the parks, you can actually come here and swim. I'm training for the next Olympics, guys! Your Santa Rosa ticket also grants you the same day admission to Rincon de Vieja National Park, so make sure to keep your tickets. Strangely, they are being inspected by a lovely staff from the Korean National Park. But first, you get a dose of snakes. No joking. It showcases all the different type of species living in the park. If you're afraid of snakes, don't worry. There's a nice long trail for you to run away, and gigantic roots for you to climb.
Look at the roots.
The shorter La Palace Trail is a 3 km loop that passes through thick rainforest and some open fields. This is the most used trail because you get to see volcanic features. The first of the trail is very scenic with a short hanging bridge that crosses a river, a small waterfall, and a really thick rainforest. The Palace Trail leads you to one of the most impressive features of the park, steam vent, also called fumaroles. Rincon de Vieja National Park is a special place because it sits on part of the Guanacaste where flat plains meet the jungle-filled mountains and encompass Rincon de Vieja and Santa Maria volcanoes, as well as dormant Ciervo seabed.
So this is actually the first of the many active volcanoes. You can see the steams coming up, and if you can smell sulfur, it means you're at the right place.
Further on the trail, the forests thin out and there's more volcanic features to discover, including a mini mud volcano. Tiny bubbles from the underground heat and gases constantly chunk the thick gray mud to make it silky smooth. This volcanic mud is the same type used for body and facial masks.
This is another one of the attractions. This is a laguna located on a smaller, shorter trail. Please do not go down and swim. I warned you. This is another laguna. Look how lovely it is. And you can see the bubble is coming up, so that means it's actually active.
The park also has a variety of wildlife, such as over 300 species of birds, mammals seen in the park, including cougars, monkeys, kinkajous, jaguars, and many more. After the hike, it's time to enjoy some traditional Costa Rican cuisine. And there's no shortage of cheap eats if you come to a local non-tourist restaurant called Soledad.
In Costa Rica, they're famous for one thing, pineapples. And this is a pineapple drink. Super refreshing.
The typical meal along with a drink costs less than $2.50, and eating with the locals, free.
So what I'm having right now today looks really delicious. This is rice, beans, very traditional Costa Rican food, and also that's a sweet potato, I believe, and that is chicken. And with that being said, delicious.
The tour took the entire morning and big part of the afternoon, and I asked my driver to stop me at the town center. The city of Liberia is well maintained, with a nice central park and several old houses that illustrate its colonial history. But the daylight ends early, and if you ask me what to do, here's my answer.
So in terms of what's in here in Liberia, this is pretty much it. There's a park, and there's a big church, and nothing else.
This stunning church dates back to 1866. It's blinding white on a sunny day, typifying the whitewash fashion that earned Liberia the nickname of the White City. The building's museum includes an exhibit that illustrates Liberian art, culture, and daily life through the antique sculptures, clothes, books, and the furnitures. Surrounding the park, there is many trendy cafes, pubs, and where you can meet lovely Costa Rican ladies. The older ones. Okay, just joking. If you're hungry, there are more cheap eats. One of the most popular dishes in Costa Rica is fried chicken serving sodas.
So I'm not a big fan of fried chicken, but apparently everything is closed right now. I have not had a KFC for a long time, so this is what I got. So it's $1,700, which is roughly about $350 US or so. It's not bad.
I ended my night by taking a bus back to the hotel for a long deserved rest because I'd be waking up early and prepared to get wet again. I'll be hopping onto a bus towards Vegas. And by the way, take this advice if you don't want to be oven roasted.
No matter how much you hate sunscreens, make sure you just wear them, or else prepare to be roasted.
As driver to let you off at the entrance at Llanos de Cortez Waterfall. It's only a 20 minutes ride, and the best part, it's free. So the bus driver dropped us off here, right at the entrance of the waterfall, which is great because it's only 800 meters in. Let's go and check out the magnificent waterfall. We are already here, right? I think I can hear some noise and the sound of the waterfall. Man, this is a horribly exhausting hot hike. Here you go. One of the best things about visiting this waterfall is that your visit actually supports the local community. On your way to the waterfall, you come to a small group of people asking for a donation. All donation goes directly to the local school, as rural areas like this one have some of the highest poverty rate in the country. Alright, it's time for some selfie! How cool is this? But unfortunately, I can't get closer because I don't want to wet my camera. That's the only one I have. Sorry guys. Another way to support the local people is by buying some local handcraft souvenirs and keeping hydrated. Now as you can see, I'm so freaking hot right now. I have to put the towel all over me. No, I didn't just convert myself into a Muslim. It's just really hot. It's really refreshing. So strongly recommended. A great way to be hydrated. For doing that, the local will love you to death. So I'm actually here with a group of Costa Ricans who offered me a ride. They're very nice. If it wasn't for them, I will have to walk 1 kilometer this way. After checking out from my hotel, it's time to ride back to the Liberia bus terminal and head off to somewhere with lots of nature. Once again, brace yourself for some complicated bus ride. Unfortunately, our bus going to COLINAS just left about a few minutes ago, so we are about 2-3 minutes too late. But nonetheless, next bus is going to be 1:30, so it's not too bad. In the meanwhile, I think I might go and grab something to eat first because this is going to be a really long ride. While you're waiting for your bus, why not support the local economy as well? And I am not good at doing this, but for only $1 or so, you get to try out the what's called coconut water. And it's super refreshing. Just remember, once you get onto a bus, that's a long ride. You might as well as hydrate now, and I totally recommend it. Really good. Yes, you should be hydrated and should support the local economy by eating up. But keep in mind, there is no toilet on this 2-hour-long bus ride. So if you have to piss very bad, it might feel like 100 hours. So no beers or coffee, please. Also, there's something else if you don't want to be cooked. Alright, so I'm finally heading to COLINAS, and geez, I'm gonna switch a seat because this thing does not open. It feels so much better after the bus started. The wind just come in and cools me down. Oh yes, this feels so good. As you can see, I'm really bloody hot. So, but what I did was there's people coming on the bus selling drinks and stuff, and this is actually ice. I don't know what's inside there, probably some sort of juice. I think that's how I'm going to eat it. It's pretty crazy how hot it is. Anything that can cool me down, I'll take it. I'm actually arrived at the I can't even pronounce this city's name. So right now there's a bus stop right here. It doesn't even look like a terminal station, but nonetheless the bus is going to be here I hope it's going to be here soon, and then we'll head off to the next stop. While you wait, don't be a loner. It's a good chance to meet some locals and practice your Spanish. So we are finally on to the bus towards Quepos, and from the Quepos there's another bus we need to take, which is about 15 minutes, not so bad. One of the locals told me that despite today's a holiday, the bus schedule are the same, which is nice because we're gonna get there on time tonight. With that being said, as usual, enjoy the ride.
So we are finally here at the Capos bus station, and I'm going to show you how it looks like. And now we are going to Manuel. Oh, once again we have to wait and wait. But I hope the bus is going to come soon because I really want to get a good night of sleep.
I promise this will be the last ride before reaching my sponsor, Hostel Vista Sierra. They are just few steps away from a bus stop and offer both comfortable budget dorms and private suites along with a full kitchen, lounge and free high-speed internet. In the morning, a simple breakfast is on the house. Yay!
Alright, as you can see, the rain is relentless and I do not want to wait anymore. So I asked the hostel to give me an umbrella so I can go and just roam.
But the rain is not going to stop me. We are going to take a direct bus to Manuel Antonio National Park, and within 20 minutes, you'll be dropped out at a local beach where you can relax and chill out. Let's focus on the park for now. The entrance is right across. Make sure you have $3 entrance admission fee. Okay, damn it. That's how much a local pays. It's $16 for foreigners. I know, it really sucks. Established in 1972 with a land area covering 2,000 hectares, you will not have to look hard to find wildlife here. The Manuel Antonio National Park is famous with sloths, monkeys, and exotic birds, even along the well-maintained main hiking trail, leading to spectacular viewpoints. There's also a small waterfall and a secluded beach. This is where we are going to head off first.
This one goes to the beach, and everyone says it's pretty nice, so we're going to check it out. It is $16 after all. Let's make it worth it. Let's check it out. So right here we are at the beach. We walk all the way down, and it's not really that far. Most of the trails are actually really flat and easy to get to. So I'm contemplating right now if I should jump in because I still have an open sore on my feet. As much as I like it, it's sweaty today. I think, what the fuck, let's do it. Now there's another beach here. Unlike the last time, I'm not going to go for another dip because my feet is still in pain from the salt waters with the open wound. But at least we should go and check out to make our $15 worthwhile, or $16 worthwhile.
Yes, along the way you'll see more primates. By the way, I'm going to brag that I also have a degree in anthropology, and I'd like to warn you not to feed them. You could end up signing their death warrant by doing so. When they are used to us bringing them food, they could become aggressive to those who does not. And they need to be destroyed once they start to pose danger to humans. So, enjoy them from afar. With that being said, welcome to beach number 2.
Boys and girls, we're going to waterfall, finally. It's actually located near the entrance. So, last place I go before heading back. If you're looking for a nice workout, you come to the right place. Especially when you're hiking up this and carrying this. Alright, so after 15-minute hike we got to this waterfall. So I recommend you come in first and check this out because you'll have a lot more energy in the beginning to hike all those slopes and then go back out and explore the rest of the park. But that being said, this is my last stop. I hope you think the $16 you pay is worth it.
Finally, it's time to head back. I definitely know by now you are exhausted, thirsty. I got you covered. You can grab water near the entrance inside the supermarket for really cheap. Or grab a freshly cut coconut. For dealing with your hunger issues, there is lots of free mangoes up for grab, literally.
So I know it's really silly, but come on. This is free food. It's included in the cost of your plane tickets. So make sure you get to try the all-natural Costa Rican mangoes.
On the way back, there is something that caught my eye. Did I tell you I'm also a pilot?
So on the way back to my hostel, I bumped into this place right here. See this airplane. It's also a pub, and the funny thing is I own an ice cream store named Everdream back home, and if you don't believe me, just Google it, Everdream ice cream. So let's go and check it out, and I hope they serve excellent first class meals because I'm so tired of economy class, tiny dishes.
This Fairchild C-123 was part of one of the biggest scandals in the 1980s. The Reagan administration set up a bizarre network of arms sales to Iran, designed to win the release of US hostages held in Lebanon and to raise money for the Nicaragua counter-revolutionary guerrilla fighters, known as the Contras. With the CIA's help, they purchased several items, including 2 C-123 cargo planes, built a secret airstrip on an American-owned 30,000-acre ranch in northwest Costa Rica. On October 5th, 1986, a US cargo plane, the twin sister El Avion, was shut down over Nicaragua, and its crew was captured and led out of jungle at gunpoint. This event set in motion of an incredible chain of cover-ups and lies that will mushroom into one of the biggest scandals in American political history, known as Iran-Contra affair. The Fairchild sisters plane used in the cargo operation was suspended and abandoned at the international airport in San Jose until August 2000, when it was purchased and shipped here and retired as a restaurant, bar, and enduring Cold War relic.
So boys and girls, just want to let you know, do you know that I'm actually also a pilot? And I gotta tell you, from this condition,
never fly
again. It is never going to fly again. You got that right.
After looking at the menu, the price here is out of my range. So let's take a bus down to Quepos, the gateway to Manuel Antonio National Park.
Let's go and see if there's any inexpensive food or that we can eat, because everywhere the price are tourist price. Some places so ridiculous.
Señor, pura vida.
Costa Rican.
The city is very tourism oriented, having many vivacious nightclubs, bars, and cheap soda restaurants. So, let's check out our option for cheap eats. First up, bakeries. You'll find lots of inexpensive baked goods under $1. Being adventurous myself, I'm going to try out a mystery pastry.
I'm very certain it's not going to kill me, so don't worry. Tastes like jelly. Probably cornbread.
Given I'm desperate in need of something hot, let's check out the Kentucky Fried Chicken. Their version of KFC, Glolio. Oh, okay, sorry. That's actually an electronic shop. It's next door. A 2-piece with fries and drinks costs $3.50. A total steal. But for those of you who want to eat a bit healthier to keep your six-pack, there's a typical Costa Rican meal found in many of the town's sodas for about $4.
Served by a lovely, whoa, look at this. Alright, so I decided to call my night early, and my feet in so much pain right now. Tomorrow I have to wake up at 5:30 to catch a bus to San Jose. From there, transfer. After all, right now there is nothing else in the town. There's absolutely everything's closed after 7:30.
The cost of the bus to San Jose costs around $7.50 and takes about 4 hours. So, if you want to make the most of your time in Costa Rica, take the earliest bus possible. Once again, don't drink too much coffee, or else you may have to piss in your pants.
So the bus are making a short stop here, and where people can go to bathrooms and grab something to eat. Pretty much everything's overpriced here. Still, can't resist grabbing a fresh fruit. Watermelon's my favorite, and it's the 400 colonas, or 50 cents. The express bus left me a bus station nearby, and so I'm coming to this one, which is about 5 minutes walk away, and we're destined for Cartago, and then from there we are going to chance another bus to Pedesio. I think that's the name of the town.
Well, the death and taxes are inevitable in the good old USA. In Costa Rica, you can add in the traffic jams and perhaps standing on the bus to that list.
And I'm right now in Cartago, and we are heading off to Paraiso right now in this spot. It's really packed, both in front of me and back of me, so I'm hoping for a fast journey.
I'd like to once again thank my sponsor Paraiso OK Lounge for providing me with a comfortable accommodation and amazing breakfast. They offer all variety of spacious clean rooms along with beautiful outdoor patio, hot tub, and high-speed Wi-Fi throughout the property. And most importantly, friendly and helpful staff. Thanks guys! But let's get going. Since I'm so sick of seeing tourists, I'm heading off to the off-beaten path, a little town called Orosi, and there's a direct bus every 15 minutes. This is a tranquil and serene community in the province of Cartago. While somewhat undiscovered by travelers, Orosi features an incredible peaceful setting among the lush forests and towering pine trees. This small town is also home to the country's most historic landmark, including the Church of St. Jose of Orosi, which was built in 1743 and is the oldest church in the country that's still in use today.
Just like many small villages across Costa Rica, the church is the center of the town, and this is no exception. So right behind me is St. Jose de Orosi, and it's a very lovely little church, so let's go and check it out.
The church's whitewashed walls and the classic Spanish colonial architecture are a testament to the long hours and artistic dedication that went into the church's design. A visit to Orosi shouldn't take more than a few hours, since there's really not much to do other than the church and to take a break from other tourists. With that being said, let's go back to Paraiso. Hey, just because I mentioned I'm going back, that does not mean I'm going home.
Now this lovely town of Paraiso consists mainly of the park and also the church.
The town's main church has a very long history and very long name. Paraiso Llanos de Concepcion. Okay, damn it, I can't speak Spanish. It's called Parish of Our Lady of Our King. Okay, It's called the Parish of Our Lady of the Clean Conception of Rescue of Llanos. Okay, I tried. Honestly, despite looking online for the history of this church, I found absolutely nothing. However, I did find myself becoming increasingly hungry. So, let's eat. And yes, the Chinese are here as well. But the best deal I found in pizza shops. You got to try their crazy local pizzas.
Man, this is really big. As much as I can multitask, there's no way I can operate the camera and eat pizza at the same time.
But if you want to try something more local, I got you covered too.
I think you're doing so. Sí, este es un taquito tradicional. It's a traditional taco and it's very simple. You have beef inside and mayonnaise and tomato.
Oh, okay, so nice and simple.
Yeah. I didn't give you a fork because it's against the laws of...
It's okay.
You have to do it by your hands.
Do it with my hand, so...
And that's it.
Am I doing it right?
Yeah.
Wow. The seasoning. I know it might be messy right now, but this is good.
After dinner, it's time to head back for a nice night of rest since we got a busy morning ahead.
This is a Paraiso and also Cartago. So I'm really excited to finally get going. And I think these people are waiting in line as well to... Oh, there you go.
The total trip time from Paraiso to Cartago takes about 20 minutes, costing 50 cents. From Cartago to Arenal Volcano, it's about an hour and a half and $7 each way.
One of my biggest headache here in Costa Rica is sunburn, but my even big headache is there are so many bus lines and so many bus companies. So confusing because most of them go to the same destinations, but they drop you off different places around the city. But I will tell you, you need to be here. Now, as you can see, there is no marking. Seriously, there's no markings anywhere. So you just need to ask, please. If you get lost, ask. So finally we are walking towards volcano right now. After you get your ticket at the ticket entrance 2 kilometers down, the bus will take you here. Alright, still hiking, but we are getting there. And it seems like this is a lookout point.
The Irazu volcano is an active volcano. In Costa Rica, it's known by its name El Corso, due to the catastrophe that has provoked in the past. The volcano summit has several craters. One of them contains Diego de la Hala, a green crater lake of a variable depth. It's supposed to look like this in the tourist guidebooks. But in reality, it's looked like an ugly landfill that costs $20 in entrance fees. So, I suggest you skip it and do something worthwhile. By the way, just like what you expect from a landfill, it smells like shit. I mean sulfur.
There's nothing to see inside the crater anyways. You can't really like glance down because there's nothing inside there.
Back to the...
Where are you from?
So from the volcano down to Cartago, I slept basically all the way. The hypoxia up there really kicks in up after an hour or so. But anyhow, I came down here. It's time to fuel up before the nice tour of Cartago. And the good thing is right here, right across the street, there's a big church, and that's one of the main attractions. The bus stops right here in front of the coffee house. Once you are awakened by the coffee, it's time to explore Cartago's main landmark, the Basilica of Our Lady of Angels, first built in 1639 and was partially destroyed by an earthquake. The basilica has since been restored and constitutes a unique mix of colonial architecture as well as 19th century Byzantine style. The current building dates back to 1939.
Like many towns and cities where they have a church designated as its center, this is no exception here in Cartago. I'm standing on the National Centurion Plaza right now, and behind me is a very important basilica. It's called Los Angeles. It's the most visit tourist attraction in town. And let's go and check it out how magnificent it is inside.
A small representation of Virgin Mary carrying the infant Jesus said to have been discovered by a peasant girl in Cartago. Traditions claim that a little girl found a small statue on a rock and took it home. Next morning, she found out the statue was not there, but back at the rocks. So she took it to the priest, and he locked it in a small box. Next morning, the statue was back at the rocks. During the construction, the church was destroyed by earthquakes so many times. It was finally decided to move it to the location where the statue was found, and they were finally able to finish it. Today, many patrons wash themselves and drink the water from the rock on which the statue was found. Scientists have found that this water to be safe to drink, even though there's no filtration or chemical used to purify the water. Just 10 minutes walk away, you'll find the ruin of Santiago Apostle Parish, or St. James the Apostle. According to a popular legend, there were two brothers living in the colonial Cartago city. One of them was single, nice, and the other a priest. A rivalry arose between them as they both fell in love with the same woman, who chose to marry the lazy brother. The priest was infuriated and did everything he could to destroy his brother. Then, in 1577, during the New Year's Mass, he saw his brother in the church and killed him with a knife. In penance for his moral sins, he built a church for the city, but 1 year after, an earthquake destroyed it. Each time it was rebuilt, another new earthquake destroyed it, until 1910 when it was cancelled, and thought this site to be cursed. That is just about everything to see in town other than surrounded with a record number of fried chicken joints. No thank you, it's time to return back to Paraiso and for my return to San Jose, marking the beginning of the end for my journey in this country. The direct bus between Paraiso and San Jose costs about $1.75 and 30 minutes. From downtown San Jose, the bus stop is right across from Liberia Park, and the journey takes about 25 minutes, costing about $1. What a bargain.
So I'm heading back to the airport right now, and it's pretty easy to get to actually. So I'll just take this bus, and within 15-20 minutes you'll be there. No need for a taxi, really. Finally, I'm back at the airport, so I just need to walk that way a little bit, and there it goes.
Now this marks the end of my magnificent journey here in this beautiful country of Costa Rica. There's so many reasons to visit Costa Rica, and everyone has theirs. But for me, it's about seeing the magnificent natural beauty which are collectively and jealously protected by its people. A paradise for peace and biodiversity, a green beacon for environment stewardship, a rich culture, a passion for freedom, and a history of democracy, equality, and education for all serve as a model for the region where poverty, chaos, and conflict exist. Costa Rica is truly a magnificent country for everyone to discover.